Starting.
We are on air.
It has started. I don't know if anybody's watching though, because it is January 2, and there's a New Year's resolution to not watch the show. Literally, I don't think anybody's watching.
Does it tell you?
Oh, we got a viewer.
Yay! Hi, viewer.
We got one. 2 viewers. Oh, we're gaining them now.
All right. Well, yeah, because
one of them's Brett.
Oh, hi, Brett.
Hey, Brett, you still at work?
That's from Brett.
Okay.
Stalker.
Right. Okay, are we ready? What time is it? Oh, we technically still have 3 minutes.
We got 3 minutes.
If you want. I'm all set. They all set. Okay, guys.
Say something witty. No, I'm not feeling witty. Scott, you're up.
What?
Brett says say something witty.
Everything I say is witty.
Not dim-witty, witty.
I have got a Cubs coffee mug. I'm drinking coffee because it is cashier coffee.
I think cashier Diet Coke.
I think Chad's not drinking coffee.
I've got cashier coffee tonight.
Oh, he does. Look at that. Good boy. There you go. It is coffee. Needs sugar.
I need some caffeine.
You need caffeine, and you're drinking Diet Coke. Does that have caffeine in it?
It does.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, guys. Hey, guys. Anybody in chat room you want to give us a call tonight? And we are talking about anything. You can talk about whatever you want tonight. You just cash your coffee. You can give us a call at 808-468-7924. 808-GOT-SWAG. Before the show starts, it is Happy New Year to everybody. It is a new year, so it's exciting. Always exciting when a new year happens. Another year of the Geocaching Podcast. And we think it's going to be a really good one. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it. We've got a lot of fun things planned for the patrons and a lot of fun things planned for the show. So it's going to be interesting. It'll be fun. So let's start the show. You guys ready?
Okay.
Ready?
Okay, hold on. Let me forward on the good old Zoom here. Okay, we are recording on the Zoom. So, all right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
You want to know how to find it. Seek it out when they hide it. You know it's in the bag when it's an easy grab. But come on, take a chance now. So go, geocache, geocache. If you need help, we're right there in a flash. If you got a question, just call in and ask. Uncover the stash on the Geocaching Podcast. The Geocaching Podcast.
Welcome, everyone. It is Wednesday. It is 8:30, which means that it is once again time for the Geocaching Podcast. I'm Scott Burks. We have the beautiful Shorty Knits manning the phones. And please welcome my co-host to my virtual left, Jazz427.
Howdy, y'all. Time to get that late night coffee and get ready for the show.
That's right, because tonight's episode is episode 544, recorded live on January 2nd, 2019. And it is January Cashier Coffee. The phone lines are open, so give us a call at 808-468-7924. That is 808-GOT-SWAG. Hey, Chad.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too. 2019's here.
I know. Jesse Brown.
Yes.
Happy New Year, honey.
Happy New Year to you.
How are you doing?
I'm tired. I'm still recovering from no sleep on New Year. And work.
Hey, Chad, before we get into this Cashier Coffee tonight, we got to talk. We got a little thing we have to discuss here.
No new patrons this week.
No new patrons this week. I'm not surprised. It's Christmas. Come on, man. People got other things to spend money on. But now that Christmas is over, guys, it costs a lot of money to make this podcast work. We really, really could use your help. Guys, the other side is amazing. There is audio. There is so much video. We just took video of geocaching day, the whole day. You guys can go and you can see the whole day of geocaching day on the other side. It is a fantastic place to be on that inner circle on the Patreon. It is patreon.com as patreon.com/the geocaching podcast. It's a lot of fun. A lot of things are coming up. We got a recording come up. The second Friday Night Roundtable is going to be coming up very, very soon. So we'll get to look forward to that. More videos coming. It's going to be a good year, guys. I'm really excited for it. Chad, you excited for 2019?
Oh, yeah. I've already been revving the gears.
Revving the gears. Are your knees going to hold out for this year?
It held out yesterday.
That's good. How many miles did you walk?
I would estimate 10.
Wow.
You're an old man too. That's a lot for you.
Yeah. 50 caches worth.
So, hey, 50. Wow, good job. Mazel tov. Wow. So anyway, guys, give anything you can. Patreon.com, patreon.com/the geocaching podcast.
All right. Tonight's show is brought to you by Cachly. Cachly is an advanced geocaching app for iOS. It features powerful online and offline features, including filtered searches, offline maps, and offline saving of caches. Cachly has hundreds of advanced features that will make your geocaching experience just that much better. Get more information at cachly.com. That's CACHLY.com.
Tonight we are also sponsored by Logwork. Logwork are the creators of the fantastic logbook made with genuine Write in the Rain paper. The logbooks are designed for the micro containers of the present and future, geared towards the hider who would rather go caching than do cache maintenance. Find them at logwork.com. That's LOGWERK.com.
And we would also like to welcome our newest sponsor to the GCPC family, FTF Geocacher Magazine.
All right. Hey, we got a new sponsor, dude.
All right. Yeah. FTF Geocacher is the magazine for geocachers written by geocachers with 6 issues a year. FTF offers practical advice, hints and tips, cacher bios and milestones, geocaching events, trail tales, and all things geo-related. Find them at ftfgeocacher.com. That's FTFGEOCACHER.com. And if you don't know how to spell that, shame on you.
Yeah, so we got FTF Geocacher Magazine. Jesse is a subscriber. I was a subscriber, and I let my subscription lapse a couple of years ago, and then Jesse picked it right up, and she's been a member, so we share the magazine. Always love the magazine. I've had a bunch of friends in there all the time. Jesse still enjoyed it. She's on a call right now, so she can't chime in. But yeah, happy to have FTF Keith as a part of the GCPC family. Welcome. We welcome you with open arms. We thank you for your support and we love your product. Guys, you can find links to all our sponsors and all their products in our show notes. Please support them, buy their stuff, tell them we sent you there. We'd really appreciate it. Hey, Chad.
What's that?
So this is Cash Your Coffee, so we could literally talk about anything.
Oh, do we have anything to talk about?
We got a little stuff to talk about. You know, something that happened weeks ago that we never even talked about was the Geocaching Adventure Lab app. We never even it happened it came out on like a Thursday,
yeah,
for our show. Every other podcast talked about it, so we never even talked about it.
Well, it's also kind of hard to talk about it when you open it up and it's like, well, I can't really try this out because, the nearest place is 600 miles away.
Yeah, you really can't do anything with it until you're there. But I'm wondering if this is going to curtail the whole, people just logging it, armchair logging, these kind of caches. I think it's going to.
I hope so. If they kind of force you into that methodology, and it has, hey, if you're 5,000 miles away, you're not going to get credit for it.
Right, exactly. So I think it might. I wonder if it actually works via your GPS. Like if you're not there, you can't get you can't get stuff.
But it definitely should at a minimum make it a lot more convenient instead of trying to use the a generic browser interface to try to do it, which was always a pain. I mean, I always downloaded the GPX files and went and found them via either my GPS unit or something else, and not through the web page, because that was always a pain.
Well, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Especially doing it on your phone was always a pain. I mean, I always did it on my phone because I did it while I was usually in West Bend. I would just log it right there on my phone, but it was a pain. But hopefully, this will make it easier. I'll know
Yeah.
when I go to West Bend. I'm assuming West Bend has those kind of caches, which they always do. I'm assuming they will. So I'll be able to test it then. But I don't know when's the next mega to test this thing out.
I know there's a mega in Yuma in February. That's coming up here soon. And so I've already pinged a couple of my cohorts that are going to Yuma to make sure that they got the app on their phone so that they can give that a try.
What is Yuma? Is that Arizona?
Yuma, yeah, Arizona.
That's what I figured. I guess, yeah, they're not going to have I guess Arizona would be the place to have a mega in February.
Yeah, it's an annual mega out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, we got somebody on the phone. We got Wheels 00 on the phone giving us a call today to talk about what he did. Wheels, hello, sir.
Hello, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How you guys doing?
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday
It's
all day.
It's a work.
Even
It's a
all
work
day.
It's a work day. I went to work.
Yeah,
My first day back to
back
work in
to
two
back to work,
weeks.
but not full traffic. So
Yeah.
nice going to and from work today.
No, it actually was. I actually commented to Jesse that it was a quick ride today to work. It was nice.
It was.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll just make a comment on not the reason I called specifically, but in terms of the lab cache thing. I agree. I think it's something that they need to zero in on. And I will admit that I certainly have not been at ground zero of every lab cache I have found over my days, but I think that's a good idea to kind of force people to do it appropriately. So
I think you're going to make people do it.
Certainly mine-
appropriately. Yeah.
Huh?
I think it's going to make people do it appropriately. You cannot not armchair anymore.
I don't think they'll force people to use the app, though.
What'd you say?
I don't think they'll force people to use the app. Like, they can't make you use
Sure they
an
can.
app because I don't think so. I mean, not everybody has a smartphone. Not everybody has, not everybody caches that way. Some people strictly use GPS and refuse to get apps.
Yeah.
There are a few out there. I don't think they would.
Are you telling me that they're going to change the way people geocache?
Right?
That's not a
That's
lot.
my point.
Do you know how many?
It will-
Do you
it
know
Get a smartphone, Grandpa.
how many challenge caches I got denied because of that very reason? Yes.
So anyway, I just wanted to do a big shout out here this weekend. Escos and Cody Dog, myself, the weekend. What am I talking about? Felt like the weekend. Yesterday,
That was the weekend.
January 1st for our annual pilgrimage to some far corner away from Chicago.
Yes.
We went down near Plano, Illinois, the rocking town of Plano. And we had done a You Got Game series, which is about 30 caches, little smiley face on the geo art. But it was all park and grab through kind of country roads and stuff like that. So it was nice. And then we finished up with this one, and I'm not even sure what Forest Preserve it really officially is, but there was 7 multis, of which the first one is called, The Long Walk. These are all Badlands caches.
Oh, that'll tell you.
So the
That's-
first multi is called The Long Walk, which is GC4 Robert Thomas James David, because I have no idea what military words I'm supposed to use for that. But The Long Walk, and it even tells you on all 7 multis that this is a 3.5 mile trip
Oh my goodness.
You're supposed to start with the one multi, and you will essentially be in position to start all the other 6. And it was a really nice series of caches. They're all 2-stage caches. And it was not meant to be hard. It was all, I mean, it was a little challenging in one, but that's because it had broken and fallen into the leaves and stuff like this. And that was the only time we spent really searching around. But then the kicker is, luckily I did some research, as I was plotting out this, but right outside in the parking lot, there are 7 or 8 mystery caches, and they're all measurements. Like strange measurements, rods and chains and hands and furlongs and stuff like that. And you're supposed to, when you find the final of every cache, you calculate how the distance in this strange distance. And so from the final coordinates, you do a field projection, and that gives you the location of the mystery final. So you do all the multis, and then you have all the finals for the mysteries when you're done with it. And then you could do it, and it's like another secondary little mini loop.
Good Lord.
But so we did 15 caches. So after getting 30 in like the first hour of driving around, we spent about a little over 3 hours doing the next 15 caches.
Which is walking. Which was 3 miles walking. Which was 3 miles.
3.5 miles. We probably ended up doing. I'm trying to figure out if the multis were 3.5 miles, and then the mysteries were an additional mile,
right?
Or if it was 3.5 miles all told. So
that was a cold day too. Yeah, it was a cold day.
We were tired. After that.
Wasn't that cold?
Yeah, it was upper 20s, and it was in the trees. So when we were in the trees, we were sheltered from whatever breeze was going on.
Upper 20s is cold.
And as Jesse and I were talking before I got put in the queue, was, once you get moving and you started, there was some hill, a little bit of a terrain and whatnot. That all you just, I wasn't even wearing gloves.
Really?
And hat, but you didn't want to carry it around. But yeah, no, it was actually a great day.
The $1 million question, Wheels, is would I be sweating if I made that one?
You're always sweating. Man, you got your tough hat. It could be minus temperatures, and you'd be sweat pouring off your hat and freezing. So no, because actually most of it, I want to say, most of it was mostly flat. I think we went down the hill 3 times.
Wow.
And it was maybe a 50-foot elevation change, but it wasn't. It was very pleasant.
Right. We'll be there next year. It's every other year for us because we got the kids every other year. We had the children this year.
No, I know.
So next year we'll be there.
Absolutely. We'll start plotting that one out. I know Carol and Craig want to get back into it too, so we'll be inviting them into it.
All right. Well, always a pleasure to talk to you, sir.
You too, Jen.
It's a pleasure.
And Jesse.
We will talk to you soon. Thank you for calling. All right. Okay. Bye. So, Chad.
Yeah.
Tell me about the geocache of the week.
Oh man, this was a cool geocache of the week, and I just had to bring it up because, I grew up in the area, the beginning era of video games, as you did as well, being the same age. So, this is one that was one of the most quintessential video games of all arcades in the world, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
So,
at your arcade, could you do it free with the straw, with the drinking straw? Did you know that trick?
With the drinking straw. I don't know that.
Only the Donkey Kong game. Anybody in the chat room, let me know if I'm the only person who could do this. In the arcade, if you went to the actual Donkey Kong, the arcade, the big thing, the big box, and you had a drinking straw. If you like stuck this drinking straw in where you put the money and you rattle it around, this ding 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 ding, it would literally just give you whatchamacallits, give you lives, or not lives, level, not what were they called?
Credits.
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 It would give you credits. So you do like 30 credits, then you throw the drink straw away and you can play from it.
No, I never did that. I wasn't that smart.
It was only Donkey Kong too. Only the Donkey Kong one was the
Wow.
only one that could do it.
So, well, this one you can play for free.
But I love Donkey Kong. So yeah.
So, yeah, a cacher by the name Cash Dweeb, and I love that caching name, had created this, and it's an analog version of the game, and I've got a couple links in here, and the GC code is GC79 Victor Alpha X-ray for the military codes out there.
There it is.
And so if they want to go take a look at it, we got some links in the show notes here. And but it just looks so friggin' cool. And there's a interview with the cacher also, which are primarily the cache creator, which I also put a link to in the show notes. But let me see if I can pull up an image real quick. I should have had that open ahead of time.
Of the actual game. What kind of cache?
Of the cache.
Okay.
Okay, so now I should be able to. Sorry if I'm bouncing around here.
What people don't know here, any
Sure.
and then the millennials might not know, Mario actually got started. It was in Donkey.
Yes.
Super Mario. That's he was in Donkey. His first game.
This was his first game. So all the Mario video games. This came created the legacy that is now Mario. So this has had more offshoots than any other video game in history.
So for anybody at work listening to this, not watching it right now, what it is that it is literally a 3D version. He created the game in 3D with a little Mario figure at the bottom and a Donkey Kong figure at the top, and he created actually that's that's screen 1. So that's the one with the levels and the barrels falling and whatnot.
Yeah, so if you open if they open the bottom door there, then you'll have like a pull cord, and you'll have to move your character around and through the maze there, right. And it's got a little spinner up at the top so that you can get, and you just move them around, and it I think it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to actually manage to complete the level.
And where is that located? Is that like in the forest?
That is located in Massachusetts.
Oh, is it in the woods? Do you have any idea?
It looked like it might have been like the side of his house. There's some other pictures on there where he had a post and poured concrete in it. It's either maybe a side of a house or side of a business.
Huh. That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing.
But, I saw that. I was like, oh my God, that's on my to-do list, eventually to my bucket list.
Right. Absolutely. Yes. That's very nice. I like that. Good job. Jess Brown.
Yes.
You want to talk about souvenirs?
Well, yeah, I kind of want to talk about I have sort of a wish list of things that I'd like to see happen in geocaching. And this one is specifically related to the souvenirs. So, this fall, yeah, it was just the fall. There were the 4 You Might Be a Geocacher promotions, and we got 4 new souvenirs. Yes, I got all of them because, I have to. I'm a big nerd. And then New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, we went to a couple of events, one each day. And so then we got 2 more souvenirs. Mm-hmm. And so when I went to my profile on geocaching.com, you can't find them, Right. Unfortunately, the default on that page is sorted alphabetically, which means nothing, does nothing. If you're looking for a specific one, maybe you can find it if you remembered what that promotion was called or something. So I guess my wish list is the item on my wish list is that I would love to see the souvenirs page on our profiles more customizable, with the ability to show them off, maybe feature, the newer ones at the top, maybe put them on the front page of your profile. They sort of started to do that, where you can add badges, their version of badges on the front page of your profile. But to me, it just seems a little bit silly that they keep giving us more and more souvenirs, yet you can't do anything with them. I mean, like I said, even just the ability to resort them on your profile, maybe by date earned or by type or something along those lines would be really great.
Well, hey, Jez.
Yeah.
Ethan in the chat room says souvenirs are sorted by date using the app.
Well, I was just going to say that. That's my next point. On the app, it sorts them by date with the newest at the top. But again, you can't resort them. That's the default, and that's it. That's the only way you get them. So those are your two options. View it on the app by date, view it on your online profile by name.
Come on, Nick, our good buddy Nick, he must have fixed that. You got to be able to sort them.
He doesn't work on the official app, though, Scott.
I know. What on his app? What can he do on his app?
And adjust the acquired on date on there so that it is the date that you got the cash where you earned it, not the date that you actually logged the cash, because both of my souvenirs from this time are off by a day.
Oh,
gotcha.
I logged my 12/31 on 1/1, and I logged my 1/1 on 1/2.
Yes.
So the dates are off, and it's like that's annoying because I didn't log my events that day.
Yeah.
Right. It should be the date that you earn it, not the day that you are awarded.
Right.
If that makes sense. So yeah, I mean, I just hope that maybe that would be a 2019 project for HQ. I mean, that's a wish.
Being a coder, and I think Chad would agree with me. Chad is also somewhat of you're a coder too, aren't you, Chad?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's not a very difficult thing.
I wouldn't think it would be difficult. I mean, I'm not a coder. I'm a coder wannabe, and I know that can't be that difficult.
No, it's just a matter, it's probably really not very high on their list of things. They have a lot of other things to do.
Sure, of course. Okay, so, and I kind of want to go a little bit further with this. The other thing that I would love to see happen is, so they keep giving us these souvenir promotions that so many people I know just got the souvenir and didn't do it. Like, I mean, you might be a trackable lover souvenir. I didn't even touch a trackable, and I earned that souvenir. It seems silly. So what I would love to see are some sort of badges similar to the old badge gen GSAC macro, which now you can view on Project GC on your profile, which are actually based on your accomplishments rather than points that don't mean anything, in my opinion. So just a wish list, just a 2019. I'd love to see this happen.
Right, but how many people are going to go out and buy 8 geocoins to get credit for that one? I mean, I happen to have 8 laying around that I basically bulk activate. I wait until I've collected a bunch and then I activate it. Plus, I got so many regular path tags that I could probably log 20 of the things, but I would just keep them in a pile just in case I want to give it out as a prize at an event or whatever.
Here's an interesting question to you, Chad, and everybody in the chat room and anybody listening at work tomorrow. Jesse had a question for me that I didn't know the answer to. I kind of did. I gave her my opinion and the reasons why, but we actually we talked about it. She knows now. We talked about it for a second, back and forth to each other. So, Chad, what do you think of this? Chat room, what do you think of this? Jesse, months ago, probably 4 or 5 months ago, signed in on a challenge cache.
No, 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry, 4 or 5 years ago. I apologize. Signed in on a challenge cache. He finally met it. When does she sign in as from 5 years ago or from today?
No, when do you log it as the find?
Okay. The log find is okay. The way I do it is the log find is today.
Okay.
The day I log it, even if I actually qualified for it somewhere in between. But I just got around to checking them, and so people can use that as a cheat in their 365 and that kind of thing. But
what if she signed the log 5 years ago?
But I didn't. I get that. That wasn't really what my situation was. I mean, yes, these are all very valid points. What happened was, you kind of hit on this, Chad, that what happened was I logged years ago, and then Project GC in your profile will show you the challenges that you have logged a note on but have not logged as a find. And then it tells you whether or not you qualified. So I just happened to see there were like 5 or 6 there, and one of which had actually been archived. And so I, had to try to figure out, I want to log these as a find. Am I logging it today? Am I going to try to figure out when in the last 5 years I qualified for it and log it then? So I just logged them all yesterday.
Yeah, right. Do you log it when you qualify?
I log it on the day that I'm actually doing the logging on there, and I might reference back to the date that I physically signed the log. So
right.
Did a right note for signing the log on 3/12 of 2012.
Okay,
which is exactly what I did.
Jason Chapek says log it the day you qualify. Brett says log in the day you qualify. Geocaching with GSMX2 says a log find is the day that you qualified for it. I agree. And James Everson says log when qualify.
I mean,
so you're going. So they're saying against. Yeah, they're against Chad.
But I've signed so many of these things around the country and stuff. I don't go around every day and see, do I qualify for it now? Do I qualify for it now? It's like every once in a while I check, and it's like I log it when I figure out that I qualify.
Right.
Okay. Part 2.
But I'm not going to make a big effort to go back and figure out when in time I actually qualified for it, because that could be an actual almost impossibility.
Okay. Part 2. Hold on. But she logged it when she became aware that she was qualified. I see her quandary. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. And Wheels came back and said, if you didn't realize you qualified in the past, log it the day that you realized, which is what I did.
Okay. Now here's part 2 to this question. What if that cache is archived?
One of them was.
Should she, hey, chat room, should she still log it if it's an archived cache?
There was somebody else who logged that since the archive as well.
I would say yes, and I have done it.
Oh, I have done it too, and I'd say yes, absolutely. But
we've logged finds on archived caches that we've literally stumbled upon.
Yeah. So have I. Yeah.
All right. Chat room seems to be in agreement.
Yeah, I would say as long as it's not locked, log it. Yeah, they could be locked. Yep.
Great. Thank you.
No, sorry, Jess. I thought that wasn't even in your notes. I just saw
that wasn't. Yeah, no, that's fine.
The conversation.
And that's why I keep a list of my signed challenges, and because I'll say about a third of the list of my signed challenges are archived.
And
Jason, but as long as you log a note on that cache page, Project GC will tell you.
Exactly.
It says good. Yeah, Jason Chapek says good reason to pre-sign a tough challenge. That's
and log a note. Write a note on that.
Yeah, I actually signed a 366 challenge in Wisconsin 2 years before I actually qualified for it. It was I had to wait till February 28th or 29th, excuse me, and it was 2 years away. So I sat on it for 2 years, a little over 2 years, and then I finally, the day on February 29th, I logged it.
I have this one that's been sitting here. I'm looking right now at Project GC, the ones that I've signed but not logged as a find. I have on April 27th of 2014, I signed a challenge cache. That's cache a day, every day, Illinois challenge. And I was like, how on earth do I not qualify for this? So I went and looked. I have 8 days. I have my calendar filled, and I have had it filled for years. But I have 8 days that I did not find a cache in Illinois. I was somewhere in another state.
I can guess 3 of them.
Yep. 3 of those days are the West Bend Cache Bash weekend, which this year, those 3 dates that I still need are a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So I might make it happen this year.
Oh, yeah. Nice. So, me and Jesse
might have to check some challenges on that day.
Me and Jesse went to an event on the 31st. And they had a raffle. I don't know, Chad, if they do raffles at your events, but usually
sometimes, yeah.
So I won a raffle, and Jesse's laughing, and I won. And what I won this
best prize ever,
15-year geocoin with a couple of army men attached to it. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, ready made. I came home. I was gonna go. I wanted to go and create it so I can put out in the wild. It's already somebody else's. So they literally raffled off somebody else's trackable. That's what they did.
That's cheap.
And so, you know what, Chad? Guess what I did? Guess what I did?
Did you put a long diatribe in the log note, discover note?
No, what I did is I held an event the next day. I went the next day. I dropped the trackable at the event. I gave it back. I gave it back. Is what I did.
Awesome.
It was once again their problem, not my problem anymore.
Well, they might regift it. Who knows?
There was a raffle at that one too. I was hoping he got it back. No such luck.
Yeah, I mean, how do you raffle off somebody else's trackable?
I'll tell you the problem with that. I've been thinking about this. The problem with that is not everyone wants to move a trackable along. And so by giving someone else's already activated trackable to move along as a raffle prize, you're forcing someone who may or may not have any interest or desire to move that along. And that's not fair to the owner of that trackable, and that's not fair to the raffle winner in quotes. That's just my opinion.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but at the events that I go to, there are always willing takers of trackables. So
Sure.
So I can always get rid of them unless it's a 8-foot long propeller,
Right, a
Bowling ball.
The bowling ball. I've literally rejected a bowling ball that got a cashier was mad at me. He thought that I had screwed up, and he takes the bowling ball and drops it in front of me and says, "Here, take it." It's like, no, I did take that all the way there. I gave it to Jeremy. He wanted his trackable given to Jeremy. I literally put it in Jeremy's hands. Jeremy takes the trackable, puts it in the big chest there at headquarters, and then another cashier in our area picks it up, takes it back to Houston, has it at another event, and he sees it, so he was pissed at me, and he brings the bowling balls. Says, "Here, take it." It's like,
Funny.
Why? And it was like, because of this. I was like, no, I dropped it.
Right. That's awesome.
That's funny. But what if you were given that bowling ball as a raffle prize?
Right. You had to.
I would politely decline.
I know.
But he didn't know that it was already activated. He thought he won
I thought I won
coin.
a coin. I thought I won a trackable.
Right. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would have known.
The ironic thing, I found that bowling ball in a cache in Austin, Texas. So about a 2.5 hour drive away from where I lived. About 4 months later.
We saw a bowling ball once. It had a wick in it, like it was like a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
That was a nice one.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. So really quickly before I go to Chad, I want to show Jesse for Christmas this year. She got me a handful of these. See these right here? See this right here?
Ooh, I know what those are.
Yeah, and so if you open it up, guys, it is look, Chad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right in the rain. Yes, that is a Logworks log right there.
Yes, sir.
I am excited for these. You got me a handful of these babies.
I'm excited too. That means new caches.
Yes.
When are you putting them out?
I got to get them out, man. I have just the woods you're going into too. We got new woods coming in. Well, not new woods, but we have a forest preserve in Buffalo Grove that's empty now, and they're redoing it. They're redoing the woods.
They're putting in all new paths and
whatnot. So
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, come springtime, maybe even before spring, I'm gonna go litter those woods with these caches. So it should be fun.
You might not want to announce that. Someone might get to it first now.
Bug.
If somebody gets to before me, that's perfectly fine. I'll go find the caches.
True.
That's perfectly fine. And Brett's laughing because you're looking for new wood, by the way. Chad.
Okay.
Chad.
What's up?
You have anything else here? Yeah. Oh no, you only had one. That's all you had.
I only had one, so
All right, Jesse Brown, you're up.
Well, I thought we could talk about the New Year's geocaching resolutions as suggested by the HQ blog. I have a link to the blog post in the show notes.
This was an email to, I guess, all of us who pay money to them, correct? Do the freebies get these emails as well, or just
They do, but I think premium members get them first. But it's also on the blog. If you go to geocaching.com/blog, you can read all the articles. This one was posted January 1st.
So I noticed, back before you were a non-premium member, you used to be able to cheat your way through it and actually log premium caches as a.
You can still do that.
No, you can't do it anymore. They shut that stuff down.
You should still be able to do it because I log my sons. I log Cameron's.
Really recently or a long time ago?
I haven't for a while.
Yeah, try again. I don't think I just tried to log Shane on one of them and I couldn't do it. Yeah.
How did you? Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll see. Did you use like the URL and you changed the GC code in the URL?
I did not do that. Is that the way?
Okay, that's the way I do it. So if you go to log a cache, let me do this.
Cheat the system. Way to go, Jess.
Really quick. It's not cheating the system. I mean, there are situations where a non-premium member should absolutely be able to log a premium cache. For example, my situation, I cache with my son. I'm not going to pay for 2 premium memberships, but he's with me. He finds it. He should be able to log it. Okay. So if you go to, oops, what just happened there? If you go to log geocache, and then you should have, you should have the URL www.geocaching.com/play/geocache, and then the GC number /log. So all you have to do is change out that GC number to the GC code that you are trying to log, and you should be able to log it.
It should still work. I didn't try that. Maybe Oh, there you go, guys. Jesse Brown has taught you how to cheat the system if you're not a premium member.
It's not cheating.
Okay.
Become a premium member.
I'm not saying I don't cheat. I'm saying this isn't cheating.
Wait. What? You cheat? Wait a second.
That comes as a surprise.
What else do you cheat in?
Bend the rules.
Should I say
I'm not on. We're talking geocaching here. I'm not like Chad. I don't have to solve every puzzle that I find.
So.
Well, I don't count it as cheating not to use someone else's solved chords.
Right.
I don't count that as cheating. It's just this is my own personal agenda, and eventually, if I can't solve all these, there's a slight chance that I might log a couple of them anyways. A slight chance.
Nothing wrong with that. You found it.
Because I found it, and there's some of these that I'm like, I don't know if I can solve this without help, and I need to get that help.
So did somebody in your group solve it then, Chad?
Someone within my group had solved these. So
okay, there you go.
A lot of times out here, there's kind of a group effort in solving these things, but I still, even if they're already solved by the group as a whole, I still go and try to solve them myself. That's just me.
All right, fair enough.
But I get enjoyment from solving them. So I mean, unlike Scott, who gets a headache from doing it.
Nothing. I get nothing out of that. I get enjoyment out of getting solved chords from people. That's what I get my enjoyment. All right, so Jesse, resolutions.
So here are the 19 resolutions for 2019 as told by the geocaching blog.
Okay.
All right. So number 1, host or attend a geocaching event.
Check.
Okay. Create a geocache destined to earn favorite points.
Okay.
Find at least 365 geocaches.
I'll do that.
Definitely will do that.
Yeah.
Find 24 geocaches in 24 hours.
Is that one per hour, or I found hundreds of geocaches?
Well, I assume that means to find 24 within a 24-hour period.
Yeah, I'm just not looking forward to doing that.
The one per hour.
You can wait till geocaching day.
I have friends who have done it. Brett's in the chat room. Brett, did you do it? Were you in that group that did it that one day? I know a bunch of people did it, and that's really the way to do it, is with a bunch of people, because I know like half the people slept for a couple of
I
hours.
was gonna say you can take turns sleeping. And...
So,
I will never do one cache an hour for 24 hours straight. I will never do that.
my only hope on that is you got to start at like 7 o'clock. No, maybe like 8 o'clock at night. So you could end at 8 o'clock and go home and go to bed. You know, like that would just be like.
No, I would rather no. I think the way to go is get up at start at 4 a.m. and then cache all day, and then you end at 4 in the morning, and so then you can go home and go to bed.
No, 4 in the morning's too late. The night's over. You go home at 4 in the morning.
Well, it's still within 24 hours.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you want to finish at 10 o'clock at night? Then you can go home and go to bed. Why?
You can go home and go to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, we've been out caching till 4 in the morning before.
You go to bed at 10 o'clock. Now your sleep schedule's not all screwed up. If you're up 24 hours and you go to bed at 4, you're getting 8 hours of sleep. You're not getting up till 2 the next day.
Yeah, 24-hour cycle. It sucks no matter which way you do it.
Yeah, GSM times 2 agrees with me. End at 3 a.m. Yeah, that's the time period that I would want to do. Brett says they did 30 hours straight. Oh.
And Brett probably slept through a third of it.
I'm too old for that crap now.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think that's going to be on my list of things to do.
If that's what that means, one cache an hour for 24 hours, I will not be doing that.
And why would they be pushing us to do that? That's kind of dangerous not to do something like
that. Yeah, that's why I was kind of assuming it was just be able to find 24 within a 24-hour period.
Yeah. Oh, that's easy enough. We've done that a lot.
I've already got for the year.
Yeah, you've done it.
Check. All right, next up. Here, this one's for you, Chad. Solve those puzzle caches that stumped you in 2018.
Does that mean all of them or just some of them? I've already solved some of them that stumped me in 2018 today.
It says those puzzle caches. I think that means all of them.
There's no way in hell.
Get to solve them.
You, Chad.
There's no way in hell. There's so many near impossible ones.
Continue.
Attend a mega or giga.
Will do.
Will do. Resolve to log the DNFs and then go back and find them.
I always log a DNF.
I like DNFs, and going back to find them, I'll do some of them when I can.
Yeah. No,
I don't always log DNFs.
I just went and found one. Remember, Jesse, from like 5-6 years ago, we went.
Sure.
Yeah,
I did.
Now that I got frowny faces on my page, that helps.
Yeah. I actually avenged a DNF 4 hours from home. I went to look for a cache. It had a lot of favorites. I was like, well, let's go check this out. And I was with my son. And I got there and I had this total deja vu. And I looked around and I realized I had been there 3 years prior with Scott. And we DNF'd it. And this was 3 or 4 hours from us down southern Illinois.
Really? You found it?
Yeah.
I've already logged my first DNF for the year.
Have you? No, see, if I don't log it, somebody in the party will log it. I'll say, is anybody logging this DNF? And if somebody will log it usually, just so the owner knows that.
I meant to just have it in my app as a offline note, but I hit the send button, so I logged it as a DNF because I usually kind of log them all together at one time, and I've been waiting until I solve those puzzles before I actually go back and log it. But so I've already logged it. I already logged it online. It's like, oops. Oh well.
Yeah. I agree with you, Scott. I think if you caching with a group, it's not necessary for every person in the group to log the DNF.
Right.
Just one person's fine.
Because then
now if you got a bad cacher who doesn't maintain their caches and you want that thing archived, then have everyone in your group log it.
Right, but who may just be missing it, and if you have 4 DNFs in a row, now nobody's visiting that cache. Going to it.
This is a good hider who maintains his caches, and so 1 or 2 DNFs on there is good enough. He'll be out there probably within a week or so.
Oh yeah.
So
that's maybe 30% of hiders. That's the problem.
Right.
All right, Jess, keep going.
Spend more time geocaching with friends or family.
Skipped one.
What?
You skipped one.
I did? Oh, I did. Sorry, I did. All right, we'll go back to that one. Visit a new country and find a geocache there.
Yeah.
We're not doing that this year, I don't think.
I don't think we're going to go to a new country.
Yeah, that's kind of difficult right now.
All right, spend more time geocaching with friends and family.
Release a trackable with a big goal.
I did in 2018. No,
You
actually,
did.
no, I did in 2017.
I'm sure there'll be some contest that
Right.
I'll release one for.
Speaking of Chad, Jesse wanted us to do a contest.
Ooh.
Jesse,
I think this is a great idea.
yes,
Are we allowed to participate?
You are the only two participants.
the only two participants.
Ooh.
So she wants me and you both to get trackables, to get travel bugs, hook something to them, and to see who can get which one to the other one first.
Okay.
To see if yours will beat mine to you, or if mine will beat yours to you.
I got you. So
That's what he explaining to me in the car the other day.
yeah, we'll have to kind of
Hope to get some travel bugs.
get some travel bugs and put this together and
We'll race them.
race them. Yeah.
Race them to the other host.
And if one of them winds up in Germany, then it's over.
Game over. It's not coming back.
Exactly.
Keep going.
Complete your own geocache icon run. Geocache icon run. So they have a link in this
Like a 6
to.
in a day or 8 in a day.
Yes, they have a link to another blog article. Geocache icon run. Find the most cache types in one day.
12.
Already done
Okay.
it. 13.
13. We found 13.
I just ran a geochecker on this, and you needed for this one you needed 9, counting down to 1 for in different states, and it was like the geochecker came back with like 13, 12, 10, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, a couple of 5s in there, and it was like, okay, yeah, I've done a few icon runs.
Keep going, bro.
Teach someone new about the game.
Okay.
Reach
I
a
did that
caching.
frequently.
Yes. Reach a caching milestone such as 5,000 finds.
Oh, that's adorable. 5,000. Chad's reaching for that one.
Chad.
I got I got about a 900 to go to get to that next milestone.
Nice. I'm about 90 or so away from 11,000.
11. I hit 17 over geocaching day.
Scott hit 17 over geocaching day. And there's video of it in our patron video.
Way to go there, Chess. Good job.
Discover a new geocaching location that makes you say wow each month of the year. Not just once. Don't say wow only one time this year. Each month of the year.
You got to say wow once a month?
Yeah. Find a geocaching location that makes you say wow.
Okay.
Mhm. Be a first to find.
Oh, I don't know if I'm able to do that.
Yeah, what are you going to do now? You've hit your 10 years.
I know. I don't know. Should I let it?
Now, let me ask you this: when a host of an event says you can log it as an FTF,
No.
do you log it as an FTF?
The host of
No.
what event?
Yes.
No.
So there's some folks out here that will even raffle off a couple of FTS for the event, and others who give everyone an FTF for the event.
No.
I've never logged an FTF for an event, and it's like,
No.
I'll tell you why I disagree with that. You don't find an event, you attend an event.
exactly.
Oh,
I
look at
agree.
boom. Jesse Brown dropping knowledge like that. Just like that.
It's just my opinion.
Yeah, I hit 10 years, so I could stop. It'd be a nice number to stop at, 10 years. But I'll just let the chips fall. I'll just roll the dice, let the chips fall, and see what happens. And if one happens in January, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So be it.
Yep.
It is what it is. I got my 10 years. I'm happy with that. That's a ridiculous feat. So
That's insane. There were some months where I thought for sure there is no way it's going to happen. And always did.
I always did. Even
Always
living
did.
in Elgin for 4 years, where we were in the boons, in the middle of nowhere, and I still managed.
What are you up to right now?
What?
your FTS streak?
10 years, 120 months.
December was 120 months.
120 months. Okay. So there's a cacher out here that's got you beat by 2 months.
Wow.
Well, no, I have MGB's got me beat. I have people out here who are more than me.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, I was talking to a cacher out here, and I was like, I was like, oh, I do the FTF monthly streak. I was like, yeah, it's like this was 2 months ago. He said he had 120. I was like, dude, that's just too long. It's like, yeah, I don't care if I keep it, but I seem to get them by usually the first or second week of the month. I was like, you got too much time on your hand, dude.
I've been close. I have been close, but no, that happens every time. All right, Jess, let's finish it off.
All right, next up, find a D5 or T5. That's already happened. One of those challenge caches that I logged was a 5-5.
Yeah, I've already found a D5.
Nice. Better yet, fill your difficulty and terrain grid. I am one away from a double fizzy.
There's one away.
One away.
So is that fill your DT grid within a year? So another 81 for that year, or just complete it?
I took this as complete it.
Just complete it.
That works for me.
Yeah. But finding
that's a lot easier.
Finding each of the DTs within a year, and unless you go to one of those DT trails where there's one of each.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So number 18 is try and complete all 19 of these goals in 2019. That seems not a goal. And number 19, forget about the numbers and just have fun.
Hey, I could do number 19.
That's not a goal.
I can do that.
It's actually 17 goals is what it is in reality.
Right.
Isn't it? Right?
Right.
Sure.
So hey, Chaz.
What's up?
Guess what? Guess what geocaching did this year?
What did geocaching do this year?
Every year, there's something called the Darwin Awards.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And the geocaching made the 2018 Darwin Awards. For anybody who doesn't know what the Darwin Awards are, Chad, do you want to explain what the Darwin Awards, or you want me to explain?
So Charles Darwin was a scientist, and he wrote a book. I forget the name of the book, and it goes through and explains how nature corrects itself with the death of animals, and we either evolve or we die. So it's kind of the theory of evolution. And so the Darwin Awards are about people, individuals, things where people have died, and so that the overall intelligence of the world has gone up.
You put that so eloquently. I would have been like, it weeds out the stupid people. That's how I would explain this. But you ruled it out. You did it fantastic. You did it eloquently, and I just did it obnoxiously. So geocaching made the 2018 Darwin Awards.
Well, I would say 4 geocachers did.
Yeah, okay. But I think this might be the first time geocaching was actually in the Darwin Awards.
Yeah, I think so.
It was for the 4 geocachers in June from the Czech Republic. Meteorology warnings of storms and torrential rains did not deter 4 geocachers, and that's GEO-CACHE. I love these things. People don't know. Seekers from climbing into an underground waterway in search of sunken treasure. Lest you think them innocent of stupidity, take a look at this photo showing an entrance into the Something Brook Tunnel. Would you want to walk down the creek into that tunnel? That's an ugly tunnel.
Here, so I've got it up.
Oh, thank you so much.
So yeah, this is a pretty nasty tunnel. Looks like it's got about a maybe 8-foot drop from the sidewalk level down into a tunnel, and you can see that water drains completely down into there. And if you got flooding in the area, all that water is going straight down that tunnel.
Right. A gigantic wave in the underground channel caused havoc with their quest. washing 2 survivors all the way into the, what is that, Vltava River near Prague. Oh, good Lord. These fortunate seekers were unharmed, somehow saved from a tragic fate. However, 2 others were less fortunate in their folly. A 27-year-old female geocacher was discovered beneath the Jurassic Bridge, drowned and washed there by a flooded underground creek. An additional male member of the party has not yet been located. Complicating the search for the last man is the fact that there are no mobile signals or transmitters in the gigantic underground channel. So it rained apparently, and these 4 geocachers. I mean, I'm guilty as this as anybody. I've gone into storm drains in search of caches as well.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't do it on a rainy day, but
Right.
I am certainly guilty of this as the next person.
Right. I mean, I don't think I've like checked the weather channel before going into one, but I've tilted my head up and looked up at the sky.
And made sure that I didn't hear any thunder or anything like that.
Right.
But yeah, these people, unfortunately, I remember hearing about this. These people who died, and in the storm drains. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of silly to go in the storm drains when it's raining. But hey, you know what? Sometimes, if it's a 5-5, you're gonna go for it. I freely admit I've done some stupid crap in the 10 years I've been caching. Jesse has been witness to many of it. But
there's some 5-5 bridge caches that I've seen where people are literally taking their lives in their hands, and one slip and they're falling hundreds of feet to their death.
Yeah, I mean, I've had Jesse almost die in a forest preserve. So Jess, any comment on this?
Well, I mean, we all make questionable decisions.
Yes.
Climbing trees that are probably a little higher than we should be climbing, going into the forest preserves at night with wild animals, and it's unfortunate. And to me, it's really unfortunate that geocaching has gotten publicity in a negative way. I think that's sad. I think, it's unfortunate that it happened, and it's unfortunate that people are hearing about it and kind of making fun of it when we all know how great it is.
Sure.
So more geocaching bomb scares, less Darwin Awards.
Although surprisingly, I don't hear about too many bomb scares anymore. Not like we used to.
I think the bomb departments, or whatever you call them, and police departments and forest departments and stuff, forestry services have figured it out now that geocaching exists.
Yeah. I mean, back from, I did the Chicago Geocacher podcast for 4 years. It ended in 2014. And I mean, from 2010 to 2014, every single other week, we did it bi-weekly. Every other week, there was a bomb scare. We had a story. It would just constantly happened. Whether it was here or Canada or anywhere, it just constantly happened.
Right.
And you don't really see it much anymore. You occasionally hear of one, but I think, like you say, I mean, that's like, I don't get too many Leos. I mean, I was a Leo king forever. That I get Leos all the time. I haven't had a Leo, but Jess, when's the last time we had a Leo encounter?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Just because cops don't really, they know what I'm doing.
Right.
I personally, I think that they know, okay, he's over there. I know there's a cache there. I know what that guy's doing.
Or if they don't, and you tell them, "Oh, I'm just geocaching."
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Have fun. Be careful.
Yeah. So it's so in some ways you say like, yeah, bad publicity, but in other ways it's, at least we know, at least it's become it's been aware, the police have become aware of it, which is kind of nice. But yeah, it's a shame that I mean, I don't like anybody dying from an activity that I enjoy doing, and I try not to do stupid things, but we've all done stupid things. I mean, I've walked on ice cracking underneath my feet in dead end. It's just,
I've almost fell down a ravine, and if it wasn't for my hiking stick being able to plant it into the ground, and because of a small tree that I grabbed onto literally pulled up from the ground.
Jeez.
If I couldn't have planted my hiking stick there, I would have fell down the ravine, and I would have at least been severely injured. But possibly died.
At the very least.
At the very least.
So yeah, so it's a
That
shame.
was an oh shit moment.
Chad. Good Lord, man. Lord. I'm not even swearing. All right, guys. It is 9:30. Chad, always a pleasure, sir. Always nice to spend a cash or coffee with you. Jesse Brown,
Yes.
looking beautiful as always. Thank you so much for your input into this.
Anytime. How about next Wednesday?
How about next Wednesday? I'll be here.
Well, let me check my calendar.
All right, let me pull up the closing here. Hold on one. There it is. Hold on 1 second. Please join us again next week as we take your calls live every Wednesday night at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, right here at geocachingpodcast.com/live. The archived video versions of our podcasts are available on our website or on our YouTube channel, and the audio versions are available on most of your favorite podcatchers. If you like the show, please head on over to Apple iTunes and rate, review, and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it, and it really does help the show when you do. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for updates on upcoming shows and general geocaching information. And hey, if you haven't already, please consider becoming a patron of our show. With tiers starting as low as $3, you'll get a ton of additional information, extra videos, and extra audio only available to our patron members. Please head on over to patreon.com today and subscribe. That's patreon.com/the Geocaching Podcast. It really does help the show. We really could use it. And we thank you so much to our current subscribers. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors, Cachly, Logwork, and the brand new FTF Geocacher magazine. Thanks, guys, so much. Guys, please go visit, purchase their stuff, support them, tell them we sent you. Thanks, guys. Your sponsorship means everything to us. That's all we got this week, so we'll see you again next week talking geocaching, taking your phone calls. In the meantime, be good, be safe, hug your loved ones, and we will talk to you guys next week. We're clear. Ooh, I actually got that right under the wire, too.
Yeah, that was fun.
You don't get that close. All right. Go ahead, Chad. What?
I'll wait till we're off.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. Everybody in the chat room, thank you so much for chatting with us and listening to the show live. We will talk to you guys next week. We'll be back with another show, so we will see you guys next week. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you guys soon.